Okay, so please remember to switch on your camera. Okay? Please remember to switch on your camera. Yes.記得開返你哋嘅 camera. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, today, so I would like to start the new chapter. Okay, chapter 12. Chapter 12 of book 4B. Okay, so it is about sine, cosine, tangents. Sine, cosine, tangent. And in the first lesson today, I will spend some time to do some revision of the junior form sine, cosine, tangent, and the Pythagoras theorem with you. Okay, and then those identities of sine, cosine, tangent. Okay, and then in the second lesson today, we are going to learn some new things about the sine, cosine, tangent. So just do some revision of what we have learned in junior forms, in Form 2 and Form 3. Okay, and in this chapter, we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem and the trigonometric ratios and the trigonometric identities very frequently. Okay, so there are some reviews I would like to do with you now. Okay, first, let me like this. Pythagoras theorem. Okay, you may want to copy the following things.嗱，如果咧你抄低呢度以下呢啲嘢佢先，抄喺手，陣間一路做數嘅時候咧，一路即係好似一啲revision notes 咁樣，你抄喺手嘅話咧，一路做數一路拎出嚟做嘅話咧，咁就會好啲嘅，好唔 OK？ 咁啦，咁所以以下呢啲嘢咧，咁可能抄低會好啲啦，呢啲 revision notes 咁樣樣。The first is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if you have a right angle triangle and you have the length of 3 sides, okay, and then you just need to identify which one is the longest side. Longest side must be the side opposite to the right angle. So in this case, it is C. And then the Pythagoras theorem is C squared is equal to the sum of A squared and B squared. Okay, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So I think you are very familiar with this Pythagoras theorem already. Okay, but you just copy this down. Okay, as a note. 我知道咧，即係啲同學咧，即係通常，即係就算初中乜嘢都冇識到，乜嘢都忘記晒都好咧，都會記得不是定理嘅。OK， 一般嘅學生咧都係咁樣嘅，都唔會忘記不是定理嘅。我知道大家都係嘅，但係咧我哋抄咗喺手嘅話咧，其實係陣間去到一啲題目嘅時候咧，我哋會提一提自己，原來係可以用嘅喎。嗱，你識得不是定理啫。唔代表你知道你幾時需要用到噶嘛，係嘛 ？OK， 咁所以咧，你抄低，提一提自己係有呢樣嘢可以用嘅，咁樣樣，即係喺呢一課裏邊有呢一樣嘢可以用。OK， Okay, this is the first one, the Pythagoras theorem we are going to use today. And then the second one is about the sine, cosine, and tangent. Okay, sine, cosine, and tangent. So let me cover this first. Please wait. Let me do it like this. Then the second thing is about sine, cosine, and tangent. Sine theta, cosine theta, and tangent theta. And again, if we have a right angled triangle, and this time we need to have a theta. Okay? The first thing, So we need to identify which one is the opposite side, which one is the adjacent side, which one is the hypotenuse, okay? The theta, okay, the side theta is looking at will be the opposite side, OPP, 對邊, okay? And then the right angle is looking at the hypotenuse, 斜邊, hypotenuse. And then the other side will be the adjacent side, 鄰邊, okay? Theta 嘅鄰邊，得唔得？一定要有隻 theta 先嘅，有一隻角先嘅，得唔得？我哋要揀咗一隻角。嗱，呢度仲有其實有啲90度啦，一定要係90度嘅，然之後一定有隻 theta 一隻角，我哋需要揀咗出嚟嘅。但係另外咧，其實仲有一隻角喎，有第三隻角噶嘛。咁嘅時候咧，我哋就要諗清楚，我哋條題目裏邊咧係要揀邊一隻角啦，係要用邊一隻角今次 ，OK？ 咁但係咧，我哋去到題目嘅時候咧，先再詳細講下。假設我哋揀咗呢一隻咧係做 theta 啦 ，so we have picked theta to be this angle, okay? Then the length theta is looking at will be the opposite side, and the length, the side that the right angle is looking at will be the hypotenuse, and then the third side will be the adjacent side, okay? So we have the sine theta. 嗱，我哋通常咧就會咁樣嚟到去列式嘅，列式先。無論我哋要求嘅係 theta 又好，要求嘅係邊長都好，我哋都係用以下呢3條式咧嘅其中一條咧，去到列咗條式出嚟先，咁 OK？ 然之後先至再調啲 term 咁樣。Sin theta is equal to opposite side over hypotenuse， 對邊除斜邊。Cosine theta is equal to adjacent side over hypotenuse. 鄰斜，鄰除斜。Tangent theta is equal to opposite side over adjacent side. 對鄰 ，OK？ 對斜，鄰斜，對鄰就係 sin、cosine、tangent 啦。OK， 咁你抄低佢咯喎，陣間就會經常都會用嘅喎。OK， all right. The third thing we need to know is the identities. Okay, identities. We have 5 identities. Okay, that you need to remember. Okay, the first one is sine square theta plus cosine square theta is always equal to 1. No matter what theta is. Okay, for example, if you have sine square 30 degrees plus cosine square 30 degrees, then it will be added to be 1. Okay, and so on. And then the second identity is tangent theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. Okay, so sometimes we will change the tangent theta to be sine theta over cosine theta, but sometimes we will change the sine theta over cosine theta to be the tangent theta. Okay, sometimes from left to the right, sometimes from right to the left. Okay, and then 3, 4, 5 identities 3, 4, 5 will be one set of identities. Okay, so that is about sine 90 degrees minus theta, cosine 90 degrees minus theta, and tangent 90 degrees minus theta. OK， 咁3、4、5咧就係同一 set 嘅，同一個系列嘅。咁佢哋都係關於咧90度減 theta。究竟我哋點樣處理90度減 theta 咧？如果你見到 sine 90 degrees minus theta, you will change it to cosine theta. If you have cosine 90 degrees minus theta, you will change it to sine theta. Okay, and then if you have tangent 90 degrees minus theta, then you will have 1 over tangent theta. Okay. 張亞文係咪舉咗手啊？定係撳錯咗定係咩㗎？張亞文係咪有問題？
撳錯咗。
OK， 得冇問題。好，頭先 number five is 1 over tangent theta。好啦，嗱，但係咧呢個咧通常就係書咧俾你哋嘅第5條式，但係咧我想你哋記多一個等號，即係第5呢個啊。除咗等於1 over tangent theta 之外咧，仲會等於 cosine theta over sin theta。OK， 因為好多時咧，我哋其實都係用即係將佢變翻做 cosine over sin 咁樣嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 即係呢度咁樣啊。呢度兩個都係 tangent 90 degrees minus theta 嚟嘅。OK， 好啦，跟住仲有一個喎。嗱，呢度咧，我想都係俾多一個你。書就係第2嗰條式啊。第2嗰條式，書就淨係話 tangent theta 等於 sin theta over cosine theta 嘅。咁我哋有陣時咧，即係好多時咧，我哋都會用到呢一個嘅。即係如果佢有個 square 喺度嘅話咧 ，tangent square theta will be sin square theta over cosine square theta。OK， 加多個俾你。咁其實只不過係將條式 square 咗佢嘅啫。咁但係當我哋一見到 tangent square theta 嘅時候咧，咁我哋直接轉去做 sin square theta over cosine square theta 咧，就更加快捷啲啦。OK， 咁唔會扣你分嘅呢度，得唔得？呢度5條 identity 啊，5條 identity 得唔得？我哋陣間會經常都會用到嘅。OK， have you copied down? Can I clear the board? Anyone is not ready for me to clear the board? 因為未得嘅，未抄完嘅。Okay, so I'm going to clear the board. 好啦，跟住咧，我哋嚟做一啲數咯。嗱，暫時呢度咧，呢個 review 即係 revision 呢部分咧，就唔使交上去 MathApp 嗰度住嘅。OK， 我哋一路跟住做先啊，但係一定要跟到喎，因為呢啲基本嘢嚟嘅。如果你要跟唔到嘅話咧，呢一課第12課咧就好難繼續學落去噶啦，咁樣。OK， so let's go to MacBook page 95, page 95 of the MacBook. Okay, if you do not have MacBook， 睇先有冇人冇 MacBook 㗎？睇下先。如果冇 MacBook 嘅話咧，就喺呢度啦。So MacBook page 95, we are doing this. The first exercise is about Pythagoras theorem. Okay, when you have a right angle triangle and you have information about the 3 lengths, okay, then you just need to identify which one is the longest side. Okay, the right angle is here, and then right angle is looking at this length. So the x will be the C, will be the longest side. 就係斜邊啦，得唔得？ So x square is equal to 5 square plus 12 square. Okay, by Pythagoras theorem. So x square is equal to, when you use the calculator, it is equal to 169. Then x is equal to square root of 169, and x will be equal to 13. And that is the answer. Is all right? This is how we can use the Pythagoras theorem. OK， 嗱，如果細個學畢氏定理嘅時候係瞓咗覺嘅話咧，咁而家快脆啲學翻啦，得唔得？Number two. Again, we have right angled triangle 直角三角形，但係冇任何關於角嘅資料喎，係嘛？但係我哋有晒三條邊嘅資料嘅 ，OK？ 咁嘅時候咧，我哋就用不是定理啦。When we have information of all the three lengths, then we can use the Pythagoras theorem. OK？ 用不是定理嘅時候咧，先揀啱邊條係斜邊先，直角望住嗰條邊就係斜邊。This is the right angle. OK？ The right angle is looking at this length, 7. So 7 is the hypotenuse, is the C. C square is equal to A square plus B square. Okay, so C square is equal to 邊個做 A 邊個做 B 冇所謂嘅。Okay, so X square plus 6 square is okay. And then 49 is equal to X square plus 36. And then subtract the 36 to the left hand side, we have a 13 is equal to X square. And then take square root. X is equal to square root of 13. Okay, and square root 13 is not a nice number, so we just keep the square root in the answer. OK， 如果撳機撳到出嚟係爛數嘅，我哋就唔好撳走個開方佢，保留翻個開方喺個答案裏邊，得唔得 ？OK， 好啦 ，so I'm going to clear the board. Number 3 and number 4 is about sine, cosine, tangent. Sine, cosine, tangent. Okay? You just need to write down the value of sine theta, cosine theta, and tangent theta. 好啦，但係咧今次咧，首先係咪有直角三角形？第二係有隻角嘅，有隻 theta 喺度嘅。咁我哋咁樣啦，我哋望清楚究竟邊一條邊咧係對邊，邊條邊係鄰邊，邊條邊係斜邊先啊。So theta is here. Theta 望住邊條邊啊？望住 theta 對面嘅12就係 opposite OPP。直角望住嘅37就係 hypotenuse。OK， and then the other side 35 will be adjacent side。OK， 好啦，咁我哋認到咧邊個係對，邊個係斜，邊個係鄰之後咧，我哋就對斜鄰斜對鄰咁樣咯。OK，sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, so that is 12 over 37. Okay, and then cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, that is 35 over 37. Tangent theta is opposite over adjacent, so that should be 12 over 35. So that will be the answer. 得唔得？嗱又係啦，細個學 sine cosine tangent 嘅時候，如果瞓咗覺嘅話咧，而家快快脆脆學翻識佢啦，得唔得？好啦 ，number four， 嗱，不過咧你寫嗰個 sine theta 啊 cosine theta 寫個份數出嚟嘅時候咧，你記得 check 一 check 有冇得化簡嘅，有冇得弱簡嘅？你撳一撳機，睇下有冇得弱簡嘅，得唔得？咁如果有嘅話咧就要弱喎，如果唔係嘅話咧你就攞唔到個答案分㗎啦。And then number four, again, we need to find the sine theta, cosine theta, tangent theta. 我哋又認出究竟邊條係對邊先。Theta is here. The theta is looking at 7. So this one is opposite side. And then the right angle is looking at 8. Looking at 8. So 8 is hypotenuse. And then the remaining side is adjacent side. All right. And then we just write down the value of sine theta. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, 7 over 8. And then cosine theta is adjacent, root 15 over hypotenuse, 8. Answer. Tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, so that is the answer. 得唔得？ 冇問題啊。好，跟住嗱呢度咧 special angles 呢度咧，咁我就唔需要你記嗰個 special angle table 住啦，得唔得？我陣會教你撳機嘅，陣會教你撳機嘅。Okay, so we just skip number 5, number 6, and number 7. Okay, we do not need to really remember the special angle table. 好啦，呢度咧8、9、10、11呢4題咧非常之重要啊。So please put a star here. Number 8 to number 11. Okay, very, very important. Okay, I need to clear it. This is where we need to use the identities. Okay, we are going to use the identity. 好啦，嗱，我頭先咪寫咗5條 identity 嘅，嗱，你望一望先啊。我哋有啲次序要做，要跟翻嘅。We need to handle identities number 3, 4, 5 first, which means that when you see 90 degrees minus theta, you need to handle the 90 degrees minus theta first. OK， 一見到90度減 theta， 嗱，如果你望一望8、9、10、11呢4題嘅話咧，係咪每一題都有90度減 theta 呢樣嘢㗎？我哋每一題嘅第一個 step 就係要處理呢樣嘢啦，90度減 theta，is OK。然之後我哋完咗3、4、5呢一個系列之後咧，我哋就會攻擊嗰個 tangent theta。如果有嘅話，我哋就會攻擊 tangent theta。我哋就會用第2條式將 tangent theta 將佢化做 sin theta over cosine theta。OK， 然之後咧做完呢兩個 check 完呢兩個先，然之後其他嗰啲咧剩翻嗰啲咧就會好簡單㗎啦。得唔得？我哋嚟一次喎。Number 8, we have sin theta times cosine 90 degrees minus theta. Okay, so we need to handle the cosine 90 degrees minus theta first, which means that we just need to copy the sin theta. And then cosine 90 degrees minus theta becomes sin theta times sin theta. It's okay? This is identity 4. Identity 4. And then sin theta times sin theta is equal to sin square theta. Sin square theta. And that is the final answer. 咁就為之化簡咗啦，得唔得 ？Simplify the expression. OK， 好啦，跟住 number 9， 嗱，有分數嗰啲咧會麻煩少少嘅，因為陣間咧可能會分數之中又有分數，咁你又跟我咯。OK， 嗱，你跟咗我先，我會教一個比較穩陣啲嘅方法。OK， 然之後如果你可以skip 一啲 step 嘅話咧，咁你先至 skip 得唔得？ Okay, so tangent 90 degrees minus theta divided by cosine theta. Again, we need to handle the tangent 90 degrees minus theta first, which means that we need to copy the cosine theta. Okay, 呢個 step 我淨係想將 tangent 90度減 theta 咧去到改變啫，係咪用第5條 identity 啊 ？Okay, it becomes 1 over tangent theta. 但係嗱呢度你留意啦。我咪寫咗2條俾你嘅，我哋唔好理呢一個啦，我哋唔好理呢一個。嗱，我哋先咧 identify tangent 90 degrees minus theta is equal to 1 over tangent theta, or tangent 90 degrees minus theta is equal to cosine theta over sin theta。 幾時用邊個咧？如果你喺題目裏邊見到第2啲地方係有 tangent theta 嘅，就用第一個上面嗰個。如果唔係，如果題目裏邊冇其他 tangent theta 嘅，就用下邊嗰個。 所以通常我哋都係用下邊嗰個嘅。Okay, so tangent 90 degrees minus theta becomes cosine theta over sine theta. It's okay? Cosine theta over sine theta. But we have fraction in fraction. 好啦，如果我哋有份數之中有份數嘅話咧，我哋會點做咧？我哋會分清楚邊一嚿係分子，邊一嚿係分母。係咪成嚿 cosine over sine 就係分子嚟㗎？我哋咁樣諗一諗先。cosine theta over sine theta. This is the numerator. Okay? Over cosine theta means divided by cosine theta. Right? Like this. Over is changed to divide. And then divide is changed to multiply by upside down. Multiply by 1 over cosine theta. 得唔得？永遠都係咁樣嘅。凡分數，即係分數之中又有分數嘅話咧，我哋就會將個分子 over 分母就會變成分子除分母，然之後下一個 step 就會變成分子乘分母嘅上下顛倒，永遠都係咁樣咧，就冇問題㗎。唔單止喺呢一課㗎喎，好多嘅 chapter 咧都會有呢啲咁嘅分數之中又有分數咁樣㗎喎。OK， 咁我哋每一次咧都係認出邊個係分子，邊個係分母，即係邊大嚿係分子，邊大嚿係分母，然之後將佢寫成分子除分母，然之後再下一個 step 就將佢寫成分子乘分母嘅上下顛倒。咁跟住咧，你就發現有啲嘢可以約走啦。Can you see that cosine theta and cosine theta, one up, one down, can be cancelled by each other? Okay, and then after cancelling the common factors, we need to merge the fractions together. Okay, up to up, down to down. Okay, so for the upper part, just 1 is remaining, and then for the lower part, we have sine theta, so only. So it's just 1 over sine theta. That is the answer. OK， 好，我想問第8、第9呢兩題 O 唔 OK？ 喺呢度想你俾個反應我。If you are OK for question number 8 and number 9, please give me a like or a clap. If you are OK for question number 8 and number 9, please give me a like or a clap, please. 嗱，呢因為緊要嘅，我想喺呢度 check 你哋，即係俾個反應我啊，咁 OK？ 第8、第9如果 OK 嘅，俾個 like 或者俾個 clap 我 ，OK？ 如果唔 OK 嘅，舉一舉手。OK, good。嗱 ，tangent 嗰個咧，記住，如果係 tangent 就咁 tangent theta 就係 sin 喺分子 ，cosine 喺分母。但係如果 tangent 括弧90度減 theta 嘅話咧，就係 cosine over sin 咯喎，調轉咗喎，記唔記呢度 ？OK， 因為今次咧係90度減 theta 嚟嘅，唔係就咁 theta， 係啦。OK， good， 好啦。咁我哋落去10同埋11題啦。嗱，呢幾題真係好重要㗎，大家真係make sure 係每一個 step 咧都明白我做緊啲乜嘢，同埋明白我用緊邊條 identity， 得唔得 ？Okay, so I'm going to clear the board now. Number 10。嗱，我哋做埋 number 10同埋 number 11嘅啫，之後嗰啲唔使做㗎。之後呢，我哋暫時係唔會用到住嘅，係啦，淨係 number 10、number 11。好啦，number 10。Again, we can see the 90 degrees minus theta, right? So we need to handle the 90 degrees minus theta first. So we just keep the 1 minus sine square theta on the top unchanged. Okay, just copy the top. And then for this step, I just change the sine 90 degrees minus theta to be cosine theta by using identity 3。第3條 identity 係咪？好啦，跟住咧，如果你見到有二次方 sin 二次或者 cosine 二次嗰啲嘅話咧，我就咁樣啦，就會用呢一條啦 ，sin square theta plus cosine square theta is equal to 1。OK， 嗱呢條咧，我係點樣去用咧？你見唔見到 sin 二次加埋 cosine 二次，永遠都等於1，係咪？咁但係咧，如果你有一個係cosine square theta， 係咪即係佢哋兩個加埋等於1嘅話咧？其中一個咧就會等於1減另外一個啊。So cosine square theta will be equal to 1 minus sine square theta. Or you have sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cosine square theta. 即係我哋有阿 A 加埋阿 B 係等於1嘅話咧，咁阿 A 咪等於1減阿 B 咯，阿 B 就等於1減阿 A 啦。OK， 即係呢個諗法。所以咧，我哋有呢條 identity 嘅時候咧，我哋係咪每次都會見到 sin 二次加 cosine 二次俾我哋計埋等於1嘅咧？唔一定嘅噃，有陣時佢會見到1減 sin 二次 theta， 你要知道咧係1減其中一 part 就將會變成另外一 part。有陣時你會見到1減 cosine square theta 就會將佢變成 sin square theta 咁樣啦。Okay, so in this question number 10, for the top part, for the numerator, we have 1 minus sine square theta. 1 minus sine square theta becomes cosine square theta. Okay, and then the lower part is copied. So now we have cosine square theta over cosine theta. 上邊係 cosine 2次 theta， 下邊係 cosine 1次 theta。咁而家呢度咧係咪可以約走咗1次啊 ？Okay, so this becomes 1. This is completely cancelled. So what is remaining on the top is cosine theta. On the bottom is 1. Okay, so it is just cosine theta. And that is the answer of number 10. It's okay? 嗱，又係好緊要啊！呢題啊，即係牽涉到呢啲1減其中一個嘅2次咁樣嗰啲。Okay, number 11. 好啦，又係見到90度減 theta 咯，就係處理咗嗰個先啦。Okay, so tangent 嗱，小心啲呢度 ，we have tangent 90 degrees minus theta equals cosine theta over sine theta， 係嘛？90度減 theta 嘅話咧，就上下調轉咗嘅。But now we have tangent square 90 degrees minus theta. So everything is squared. It becomes cosine square theta over sine square theta. Is okay? 嗱，呢兩個 step 咧，你可以喺草稿紙嗰度做就得㗎啦，得唔得？呢個唔需要即係兩條式兩邊一齊2次呢個 step 咧，唔使喺 solution 裏邊寫出嚟嘅。And then we have 1 minus, just copy. Cosine square theta, just copied. And then we just change the tangent square 90 degrees minus theta to be cosine square theta over sine square theta. It's okay? By this step. 好啦，跟住我哋咪又見到咧，分數之中又有分數呢一件事。So this one, the upper part is cosine square theta, and then the lower part is cosine square theta over sine square theta. And now we need to change it to be divided. So 1 minus is unchanged, and then the upper part cosine square theta cosine square theta, and then over becomes divide by cosine square theta over sine square theta， 係嘛？上邊 over 下邊，其實即係咩啊？其實即係上邊除下邊啊嘛。但係如果下邊係一個分數嚟嘅話咧，我哋就要將佢變成顛倒咯，係嘛？上下顛倒啦。So cosine square theta times sine square theta over cosine square theta. Okay? And then you are happy. You're happy seeing this because you can find a pair of common factors. Okay? One up, one down. So they can be cancelled by each other. So they're cancelled by each other. So what is remaining in the next step? The 1 minus is unchanged. And what is remaining on the behind will be just sine square theta. Okay? 1 minus sine square theta. We have done this in question number 10, right? Sine square plus cosine square is always equal to 1. Okay? The sum of two things is equal to 1. So 1 minus one of them becomes the other. So 1 minus sine square theta becomes cosine square theta. Okay? So that is the final answer. 咁就為之化簡咗啦。It's okay? 好，呢度都係想你俾一個反應我，因為呢度緊要嘅。Okay? So if you are okay for question number 10 and number 11, please give me a like or a clap. 好，呢度係啦，又係俾一個反應我啊，麻煩。如果係 OK 嘅，第10同埋第11題都每一個 step 都跟到嘅話咧，可唔可以俾個 like 或者俾個拍手掌我 ？OK？ 如果係有一啲唔 OK 嘅話咧，請你舉一舉手。If you are not okay for any steps, please raise your hand. Okay. So I'm going to clear the board now. 好啦，嗱，跟住學新嘢㗎咯喎。OK， 好，先。好嗱，學新嘢啦。Let's go to page 97. Page 97. 嗱，嚟緊呢一部分咧，呢一部分啊，咁我會跳，即係一路跳少少嘅，會講啲，因為中間有一啲 concept 咧，其實係唔需要學嘅，唔需要學嘅。咁所以你呢度跟得貼少少，跟得貼少少。我會教，即係一路教你咧一啲一定要學嘅嘢，一定要識嘅嘢。OK， 唔需要嗰啲咧，即係唔會考，亦都唔需要呢個 concept 嗰啲咧，其實完全唔需要嘅。中間有一兩部分啊。OK， 咁跟得貼少少。如果你跟唔到嘅就即刻出聲得唔得 ？OK， 咁我可以講多一次俾你聽都得嘅，明唔明白啊 ？OK， 因為都少少緊要嘅呢度。OK，All right， let's go to page 97. 97。好啦，嗱，我哋以往學 sin、cosine、tangent 咧，都係喺一個直角三角形裏邊嗰隻角嚟嘅，嗰隻 theta 啊，永遠都係一隻直角三角形。裏邊嗰隻角有幾大咁樣 ，OK？ 但係我哋而家去到 Form 5嘅時候咧 ，Form 5嘅時候咧，我哋嗰隻 theta 咧 ，sin、cosine、tangent theta 嗰隻 theta 咧，就唔一定係喺直角三角形裏邊嘅一隻角嚟噶啦。我哋咧將佢扭曲少少嘅定義 ，OK？ 將個定義咧擴闊少少。So we need to extend the definition of the theta in the sine, cosine, and tangent in Form 5. I'm going to explain how to define theta. What is the meaning of theta? Okay, in Form 5. 好簡單嘅啫，其實更加貼近我哋嘅生活嘅。 更加貼近我哋嘅生活嘅。我哋嚟緊啊 Form 5所有嘅 theta 咧，喺 sin、cosine、tangent 裏邊嘅 theta 咧，都係講緊呢樣嘢 angle of rotation。angle of rotation 中文名係旋轉角，旋轉角即係轉咗幾多度，即係你自己喺度自轉幾多度咧咁樣，或者你去扭個軚盤 ，OK， 譬如揸車嘅時候咧，扭個軚盤。扭幾多度咧？咁樣 ，OK， 係轉幾多度？轉咗幾多度嗰啲角？咁嗰啲角咧係咪唔一定係細過90度㗎？你可以轉180度都得㗎喎，係嘛？轉身轉180度，或者轉360度都得㗎喎，甚至乎轉700度都得㗎喎，即係轉一個圈之後再繼續轉。OK， 個 theta 就係話俾你聽，你要轉幾多度 ？Theta is the angle that you need to rotate。You need to turn, okay? So the size of the theta, the value of the theta can be larger than 90 degrees, can be larger than 180 degrees, and can even be larger than 360 degrees when you turn more than one round, okay? When you turn more than one complete cycle, then the theta will be larger than 360 degrees, okay? 好啦，但係有一樣要記住嘅，我哋喺邊度開始轉，同埋向邊個方向轉。OK， the starting position is always looking at the right, the positive x-axis. Okay, starting position is always from the positive x-axis. Okay, and then the turning direction is always anti-clockwise. Okay, it's always anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise 永遠都係逆時針方向嘅。嗱，即係咁講，或者我用一條邊啊，一條邊。我哋而家係要轉，唔係轉自己，係要轉條邊。嗰條邊一開始咧，一定會擺喺邊度咧？一定會擺喺 x-axis 右手邊啊 ，positive x-axis 呢度。如果我話俾你聽係轉30度嘅 ，if theta is 30 degrees, then you need to turn, starting from the positive x-axis, and then turning in the direction of anti-clockwise by 30 degrees。逆時針轉30度，咁條邊咧係咪去咗呢度啊 ？OK， 去呢度得唔得？我哋將條邊由 positive x-axis 開始轉，然之後逆時針轉幾多度？嗰個 theta 就係話俾你聽幾多度啦，得唔得 ？OK， 永遠都係由 positive x-axis 開始，永遠都係逆時針。OK， 好啦，然之後你需要諗嘅咧就係轉到邊一格，呢度得4格嘅啫。So there are four boxes in the x-y axis coordinate plane. Okay, and then we call this quadrant 1. Quad 1. The top right box is quad 1. And then this is quad 2. This is quad 3. This is quad 4. 得4格嘅啫。第一格、第二格、第三格、第四格，永遠一開始個格右上角嗰格就係第一格，然之後逆時針。你要知嘅咧就係、是、我哋按住個 theta 由 x 軸開始轉，逆時針轉咗嗰隻角度之後咧，停喺邊一格？ 呢個係緊要嘅，得唔得？我哋陣間咧做數嘅時候咧，每一次我哋都要諗到咧嗰條邊係停喺邊一格嘅。OK， so we need to determine which box does the side landing on. Okay, whether it is box 1, box 2, box 3 or box 4. OK， 但係我哋唔寫 box 1， 我哋叫 quad 1 quadrant。第一個象限啊，中文名叫做，不過呢個唔重要嘅，你寫 quad QUAD 咁就得㗎啦 ，OK？ 或者心裏邊即係心裏邊講係第一格、第二格咁樣都得㗎啦 ，OK？Box one、box two、box three、box four，OK？ 好啦，我哋做一個睇睇啊，嗱一齊做啊，呢個都未使交住啊，未使交住，陣間嗰啲就要交㗎啦。Number 1, in each of the following, sketch the angle and write down the quadrant in which the angle lies. OK？If theta is 150 degrees, 150 degrees， 好啦，如果轉150度嘅，我哋永遠由 x-axis positive x-axis 開始轉。OK， we start from the positive x-axis, and then we go to the direction of anti-clockwise 逆時針 by 150 degrees 轉150度。嗱，留意啦，我哋每跨過一格咧，就係轉咗90度嘅，係嘛 ？OK， if it is 90 degrees, then we will go to the next box, and then 180 degrees we'll go to the third box, and then after 270 degrees we'll go to the fourth box. OK， 係嘛？90度就去下一格，再180度嘅話咧就去第3格，跟住再270度嘅話咧就去第4格咁樣。所以150度咧應該停喺邊一格咧？我哋逆時針轉呢個90度係咪 ？This is 90 degrees, and then 150 degrees is 90 degrees with 60 degrees more. Okay, this is 60 degrees. This is 90 degrees. So the sum of them is 150 degrees, and the side is landing on this box. This is quad 1. This is quad 2. Okay? So you just write down quad 2 as the answer. 得唔得？好，呢度都係緊要㗎，大家跟唔跟到呢度？睇多個300 degrees. 300 degrees. We start from the positive x-axis, and then this is 90 degrees. This is 180 degrees. This is 270 degrees. 270度都未到300度係咪？咁但係咧270度之後要再轉多幾多度先至係30度300度咧？咁咪轉多30度咯係嘛？30 degrees. Okay, so this angle, I mean this one, this angle will be 300 degrees. OK, 係嘛？咁樣轉嘅話咧，就轉咗300度啦。咁我哋邊踩正邊一個 box 啊？踩住邊個 box 啊？就係第4個 box 係咪？咁所以我哋就要答咧係 quadrant 4。4係 IV 啊 ，IV 得唔得？羅馬數字呢個用 quadrant 4，OK？ 好啦，跟住問題嚟啦，400度點啊 ？Part C。If we have 400 degrees, then 我哋知道咧300轉一個圈就係轉咗360度，係咪？即係咁樣啦。So we turn one complete cycle is 360 degrees， 但係都未夠400度喎，即係要繼續轉啦。咁要轉多幾多度先至係400度咧？咁你咪用400減360咯，即係轉多40度。40度嘅話咧，即係未夠行多一格啦，係嘛？咁所以就會停咗喺呢一格嗰度啦。OK， this is 40 degrees and the whole angle。咁邊隻係400度啊？400度就係咁樣咯，即係要轉一個圈，唔好停住。OK， 要停喺呢度。 成個紫色呢個。OK， so the answer is quadrant 1。去翻第一格嗰度啦。OK， 得唔得？嗱呢度打粒星落去啊，一粒得噶啦，唔使咁多，冇乜特別。但係跟住呢度咧，打兩粒星啦。Part D， if the angle is negative， negative 嘅 angle 即係咩意思咧？如果負數嘅話咧，我哋個 direction 就會係調翻轉，即係今次咧順時針咁樣轉啦，得唔得？本身係逆時針噶嘛，如果隻角係 positive numbers 嘅話咧，咁就係 anti-clockwise。But if the angle is negative number, then we should turn in the direction of clockwise direction. But we still start from the positive x-axis, and then we turn the side clockwise direction by 30 degrees. 今次咧負30度，即係相反方向轉30度。原本係逆時針轉嘅，而家係負數，所以係順時針轉。但係個數值轉幾多度啊？都係轉30度，即係咁樣樣。Okay, so the side is landing on this box. This is quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, and quad 4. So the answer is quad 4. 得唔得呢度 ？OK， 好，呢度係一個重要 concept， 所以我又想你俾反應我呢度。So if you are okay for this angle, turning angle, please give me a like or a clap。呢度旋轉角呢一部分，旋轉角，然之後踩落邊一格嗰度 ，OK， 第一格、第二格、第三格、第四格。如果呢個 concept OK 嘅，俾一個 like 或者俾個 clap 我，唔該呢度 ，OK。如果唔 OK， 想我講多次嘅，可唔可以俾一個舉手我？有冇同學唔 OK？ 希望我講多次嘅呢一個位。如果有嘅話，就舉一舉手。冇喎，係嘛 ？OK， 即係都 OK 喎，基本上啊。OK，good。好啦，嗱跟住啦，嗱記得喎呢個啊，即係點樣轉啊？因為仲有一啲 concept 要講嘅。啊呢個咧，等你做一做先。OK，let us do a classwork here. OK，just determine the quadrant in which each of the following angles lies. 好，幫我填咗呢個格仔佢。唔使交上去 Math App 嘅，淨係填一填佢。然之後我陣間會對嘅。Okay, so please do the classwork on page 97, question number 2. So I give you 5 minutes here.嗱，呢一度咧，你要做熟咗佢先嘅，得唔得？因為陣間我哋會大量用到呢啲旋轉角去到諗究竟踩落邊一格嗰度嘅。你盡快去做熟咗佢 ，x40度，心裏邊睇下心裏邊可唔可以諗到會停喺邊一格嘅，跟住負76度，心裏邊睇下可唔可以諗到係停喺邊一格嘅。OK， 我哋一開頭嘅時候咧，可能未熟嘅時候咧，就畫埋出嚟。但係希望最終咧，去到熟咗嘅時候咧，就係唔使畫出嚟噶啦，得唔得？心裏邊自己喺度轉嗰條邊，跟住停喺邊一格，我哋就即刻講係 quadrant 幾多咁樣樣。OK， so let's do the classwork now. Okay, let's check the answers. 40 degrees, quad 1. 130 degrees, quad 2. 264 degrees, quad 3. And then 392 degrees, quad 1. 392度咧係轉完一個圈之後，又翻返去 quad 1嗰度嘅。OK， and then negative 170 degrees should be quad 3， 得唔得？負數就係褪翻後 ，OK， 即係順翻時針轉嘅。And then 294 degrees should be quad 4, quad 4, okay? And then negative 76 degrees, again it is quad 4， 又係順翻時針轉嘅，係咪？ It's okay? Okay, any problems up to now? 有冇人有問題？有問題嘅舉手啊！呢度對咗未？有冇同未得 ？Okay, so I'm going to clear the board. Clear the board now. 好啦，嗱，跟住啦。And we do not need this one. Okay? We do not need number 3, number 4. It's okay? We do not need to learn this thing. You can just delete them. Just delete this part. And then this is also instant example 1, instant practice 1. You don't need to do this. Number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't need to do them. Okay? 好啦，跟住要咯喎。睇下先。好，要學埋呢度啊，今日啊。好啦，嗱，頭先咧，我哋學咗4個 quadrants。Okay, 4 quadrants. Each quadrant has some more meaning. OK， 我哋要記多少少嘢嘅，記埋喺度就差唔多記晒㗎啦，差唔多學晒㗎啦，得唔得？記4個英文字母 ASTC。Quad 1 is A. Quad 2 S. Quad 3 T. Quad 4 is C. So what is meant by ASTC? What does it stand for? A is all positive. Okay, S is sign positive. And then T is tangent positive. C is cosine positive. 即係咩意思咧？即係話咧，如果嗰啲角係轉到去第一格嘅話咧，咁 sin、cosine、tangent 嗰啲角咧都會係 positive 嘅。OK， 如果嗰啲角係轉到去第2個 quadrant 嘅話咧，就係 sin positive， 淨係 sin theta positive， 而 cosine theta 同埋 tangent theta 就會係 negative 㗎啦。OK， 如果第3個 quadrant 第3格嘅話咧，就 only tangent is positive, which means that sin theta is negative and cosine theta will be negative. Okay? If it is quad 4, then only cosine theta is positive, which means that sin theta is negative and tangent theta is also negative. It's okay? 好，得唔得？好啦，嗱，跟住咧，你記得呢個咯噃，記得呢個啊？先啊，我想揾一格先。yes，sorry，this one。好啦，嗱，跟住咧，我哋睇個 example 啊，我哋點樣去用呢樣嘢咧？嗱，呢度打多啲星落去啦，要 instant example 1。我哋唔好理 MacBook 嗰個 solution， 我哋唔會用呢個方法嘅， 得唔得？唔會用坐標嗰個方法嘅。OK， 嗱，你跟我啊呢度啊，梗係跟我啊呢度咧，因為個方法同書係唔同嘅，同埋 MacBook 都唔同嘅，咁所以呢度盡量跟一跟先，得唔得？你抄低。Instant example one， cosine theta is equal to 8/17, and theta is in quad 4. Theta is in quad 4, which means that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the side will be in quad 4, and according to the ASTC rule, only cosine is positive. Okay, only cosine is positive. And then we know that sine theta will be negative, and then tangent theta will be negative. OK， 好啦，而家 cosine theta 係17/8嘅話咧，我哋點樣去揾翻 sine theta 同埋 tangent theta 咧？嗱，記住呢個方法啦。呢度咧，我哋永遠都係咁樣嘅，永遠啊！我哋叻多一個 cosine alpha 係等於8/17。OK， 呢一個咧，呢一個我哋會永遠都係攞 positive，always positive。OK， 如果佢本身 cosine theta 係負數嘅，俾你嗰條式係負數嘅話咧，負17/8嘅話咧，我哋寫呢條式嘅時候咧，都係寫翻正17/8。OK， 永遠都係咁樣嘅。好啦，跟住咧，我哋會畫一個直角三角形，我哋會用直角三角形嚟幫我哋嘅 right angle triangle with alpha。OK， 好啦 ，cosine alpha is 8/17。We know that cosine is adjacent side over hypotenuse。cosine 係咪鄰斜啊？咁所以咧，我哋鄰邊就做8，斜邊就做17。咁第三條邊咧，我哋做 x。And then we are going to use Pythagoras theorem to find the value of x. Okay, 17 squared is equal to x squared plus 8 squared. And then 289 is equal to x squared plus 64. So 225 is equal to x. And then x is equal to square root of 225. So x is equal to 15. Okay, which means that the opposite side is equal to 15. Okay, so this one is equal to 15. 好啦，跟住咧，我哋會寫翻 sine alpha. Sine is opposite side over hypotenuse, 15/17. And then tangent alpha is opposite side over adjacent side. 但係 alpha 咧係我哋自己叻出嚟嘅噃，題目係問我哋 sin theta 同埋 tangent theta 係咪？好啦，咁我哋咧嗱，其實簡單嚟講咧，我係將我要求嘅答案咧分咗做兩部分。第一部分咧係正負號，第二部分就係個數值。而家咧，我已經揾咗個數值出嚟啦 ，sin alpha 嘅數值係15/17，sin theta 嘅數字都係15/17，但係個正負號係啲咩咧？頭先我咪講咗咧，因為嗰啲角咧 theta 係 lies in quadrant 4係咪啊 ？So only cosine is positive. Cosine is positive, which means that sine theta will be negative. Negative what? It's just negative 15/17. How about tangent theta? Tangent theta, is it positive or negative? It is also negative. Negative what is negative 15 over 18. So over 8, sorry. Okay? That is the answers. OK？ 好嗱，通常咧講到呢度咧，啲同學咧都會好混亂嘅。OK， 以往都係噶啦，因為好多嘢㗎呢題啊，好多嘢嘅。有冇同學係跟到㗎？跟到嘅俾我 like 我得唔得？如果呢一題跟到嘅，完全明白嘅，俾個 like 我。係冇嘅。OK， 好啦，嗱，咁我做多一題啊，Let us do the instant practice 1 together。嗱，但係你抄低我以上呢啲嘢先喎 ，OK？ 因為每一題嘅 step 係一模一樣嘅，一模一樣。OK， 每一題嘅 step 咧一模一樣嘅。好啦，咁咧我哋一齊嚟做 instant practice 1啊。IP1. Again, we are not going to use the MacBook method. Okay, sine theta is equal to 12 over 13, and theta lies in quadrant 2. Quad 2 is this one. Okay, according to the ASTC, quad 2 is only sine is positive, which means that cosine theta will be negative. Okay, cosine theta is negative, and then tangent theta is also negative. It's okay. 好啦，但係負數負幾多咧？我哋就要咁樣做咯。We always use sine alpha, and then 呢個永遠都係正數嚟嘅。Sin alpha 等於嗰個數咧，一定係攞翻個正嘅數字。And then we are going to use a right angle triangle with alpha， 因為 sin 咧係對邊除斜邊嘅，而家係12除13係咪？所以我就叻佢做12係對邊，斜邊就係13。咁第三條邊咧就叻佢做 x。然之後咧我哋就會用畢氏定理啦。13 square is equal to 12 square plus x square。So 169 is equal to 144 plus x squared. And then 25 is equal to x squared. So x is equal to square root 25. So x is equal to 5. Okay, so this one is equal to 5. And then we can write down cosine alpha and tangent alpha from this triangle. 喺呢個直角三角形裏邊咧 ，cosine alpha 係咪鄰邊除斜邊？ Tangent alpha 係咪對邊除鄰邊？好啦，我哋揾咗呢兩個咧基本嘅數值啦，我哋就要加翻啲正負號落去喎。Cosine theta 就要答題啦，係嘛？我哋頭先講嘅咧 ，cosine theta is negative 嘅， so it's a negative number。But negative what number？ 個 number 咧就係上面呢一個啦。OK。Tangent theta, we have found that tangent theta is negative number. But negative what number? The number is 12 over 5. Okay? So that is the final answer. It's okay? 好，嗱，咁我今日咧應該就去到呢度先啦。咁但係咧，我俾咗一份功課嘅，嗰份功課咧就下個禮拜2交。得唔得？咁你自己去 homework 嗰個 platform 嗰度 check 嗰個題號 ，OK。咁但係咧可能咧我未教晒嘅，咁所以我會褪多一日，得唔得 ？OK， 下個禮拜3先交 ，OK。嚟緊呢份功課下個禮拜3先交。咁我下個禮拜1咧會講多少少呢一隻題目，因為咧嗰份功課全部都係做呢一隻題目嘅。下個禮拜1嘅時候咧我講多少少先 ，OK 先至交嘅，咁樣 OK。Okay, so that's the end of this lesson. So you may leave now. Form 6入咗嚟嘅同學，咁我會出翻去先嘅，我會 stop 咗先嘅，咁我陣間會再入翻嚟嘅。